This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff. So we dated for like 6 months and I kept feeling like something was just missing. What was missing was chaos.
So the married woman who got on stage was getting a lap dance or rode or whatever the hell was going on at the Chris Brown concert. Gotta be the queen of gaslight.
Gave them so much time and there were sweet energies that I didn't. Yeah. And so now I see those sweet energies getting married.
Are sleeping with 5 different men,
That's
4 different
crazy.
men. If right now that is your reality, I promise you, right now you're not going to run into the man that just can't wait to wife you.
7 years to a good man and she's still unhappy. Prove exactly why a lot of men say you can never please a woman.
Of married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side. Like, who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like, something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him, like, oh, I like you a lot. I love you, but like, something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was, and this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure.
The spark in the glistening sunshine off the moon, and it didn't sparkle in my face. I didn't see you were the one. You didn't give me the butterflies. You didn't keep me on edge. You didn't have me hanging off the cliff by my fingernails. I got bored.
It out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos.
Can't make this.
No matter how many adjustments he was willing to make, he couldn't adjust himself to become a chaotic, toxic man when he just wasn't that. And that's all I had ever been used to. You see, I had not taken the time to like truly heal myself after my relationship prior to him, which was with an abusive guy. Very abusive, emotionally avoidant guy. Emotionally unavailable, everything. Okay, I had not healed from that. Not enough to be with a person who was safe. And so one day when he pissed me off, I broke up with him like on a whim. Because the majority of my prior relationships were with like antagonistic men, I was not ready to receive someone who was safe and loving and kind and caring. Maybe I didn't think I deserved it. Maybe I couldn't recognize what it was. My nervous system didn't know what to do with safe. My parents were kind of emotionally unavailable. Growing up in that dynamic, you kind of look for that in partners as well. So I ended up with emotionally unavailable men, back to back to back.
It's me. Hi.
That brings me to my next point. For a while, what I felt like the relationship was lacking was him being a true leader. He would defer to me to make a lot of decisions because he felt like I was more intelligent than him. He would want me to like plan stuff. He would want me to just like make a lot of choices that I felt like the man should make. And I just didn't want to do that. I wanted like a leader in the way.
You know what's funny, man? I'm a leader, but I let my wife make a lot of plans. Why? Because she's my help mate. I repeat, help mates. If I'm out there slaying the chicken, I need help. These ladies just don't understand. They will never get it.
That I saw leader, how I viewed it. But like knowing that he has weaknesses and that I have strengths, and then deferring to me where he's weak and letting him take the reins where he's strong is leadership. Like, okay, he could lead when it comes to protecting and providing and whatever, but he may have needed help with planning and stuff that he's not so good at. But I just couldn't see that at the time because I was dumb. I thought I needed 10 out of 10 boxes checked. But relationships are not found, they are built. Soulmates are built. Boxes can be built. If the person is at 7 or 8 and the last 2 need some work, you can meet them halfway. They can meet you halfway. Adjustments can be made. You don't have to break up. So though he had 8 of my 10 boxes, I was still too traumatized to accept him. I couldn't regulate my own nervous system fully yet. I had gotten to that point at 25 and met a very abusive man at 26, and I lost all my progress. So I still needed chaos, and I ruined it. The next guy I dated after that ended up being another avoidant who was emotionally unavailable and ended up breaking my heart worse than anybody else I'd ever experienced in my entire life. So I got my karma pretty fast, I guess. Let this be a lesson. If you've met someone who's good, they protect you well, they show up, they love you, but you feel like something's missing or something feels off or whatever the case may be, or it feels boring, make sure that something is not just the trauma that you're used to. Make sure that, you have healed enough to even receive what they're offering you. You don't need a perfect man. You just need a man that checks enough boxes that you can work with the rest. Anyway, that angel wasn't even on social media like that, so he'll probably never see this, but still, if you do see this, I hope you're doing great.
This is why millions of black men have reached the same conclusion. I'm happy she learned, at least. But some never learn. Some are 40, 50. Actually, you know what? I don't need to say it. I'm going to show you.
Heart out loud. Folks want black women to remain in poverty so bad. That's what it is. That's why I get the hate that I do. This is why people come at me for marrying a white man. This is why people get on me for choosing a man who is financially stable. It's because folks want black women to remain in poverty so bad. And anytime they see us going outside of that, anytime they see us choosing better, it gets under their skin. Not to say that just because my husband is white that he is better. That's not true. Anybody can be a good person. Anybody can be a financially stable person. The color of my husband has absolutely nothing to do with it. His character has everything to do with it. But people want to focus on, oh my goodness, he's white. Oh my goodness, they have an age gap of 10 years, which is not even that crazy. But it's because I didn't choose struggle. And I don't appear to have chosen struggle. I'm not somebody who's a 4th and 5th and 6th baby mother. I'm not on the government dole trying to feed my children. I'm not crying about a baby daddy that won't buy diapers. I'm not saying that that's the life of every black woman. It absolutely is not. But because I don't appear to be struggling in the ways that they feel comfortable seeing black women struggle, then all of a sudden I'm this traitor. All of a sudden I'm with this white guy. All of a sudden, oh, she just married him because he had a house and cars. Do we even realize that a house you need to live somewhere? You need cars to get around. You need money to buy food to eat. You have to think not only of yourself, but you have to think of your children. This is why I don't produce the content that shows me unboxing gifts and going on vacation, because I want you all to think of the children that you either do have or you may not already have, but you may have one day. Choose better for them. Who you're going to get with can potentially be the father of one of your children. Why not choose the best for yourself? Anytime a black woman steps outside of the mold, it drives them crazy and they leave hateful comments. So this is not a hateful comment. This was left on the last video that I did where I responded to someone who was being mean and nasty about me marrying a white man who had a house and cars. Oh my goodness, how dare I choose like basic stability. But she said the quiet powder out loud. Folks want black women to remain in poverty. And anytime you don't look like you're suffering, anytime you don't look like you're stressed out, it's going to get on their nerves.
Doesn't it sound a lot different on each side? See, I look at it like this. They shouldn't have been coming at her. But them coming at her exposed the truth. What is that truth? You saw what the last lady said. That was the right guy. She realized she messed it up, right? She fumbled the bag. She realized if she would have met him halfway, they would have made it. He was the one that got away. Now you see here, she said, oh, they want me to deal and struggle. I'm confused. If you're choosing right, look, it's not, you can date whoever you want to date. That's not the issue. The issue is your explanation after. Over explaining kills females. I'm telling you, that's what she's doing. Over explaining and told us the truth. From you over explaining, what happened? Oh yeah, I don't choose trucker. I don't want to be 5, 6, 7 baby mom. Is that what you were thinking? Is that the case?
Toxic energy. So I think there's still some more healing that I need to do, because when I look back on all of these energies, it's a shame I gave them so much time and there were sweet energies that I didn't. Yeah. And so now I see those sweet energies getting married and starting families. I'm just like, dang, that probably could have been me if I recognized the security in those individuals at the time. And like now I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely feeling that now. I'm aware that there's something going on. There's something wrong.
You know, I really commend Ari Lennox for not only coming to this conclusion, but then sharing it publicly. So that way other women will also learn from a mistake. And it is a mistake. To engage with somebody with toxic energy means that you yourself have to be at least a little toxic. She says later on in the video that they had great chemistry. And chemistry only works if you're on the same page, you know? So she recognizes that there was something wrong with her as well, and she's working to fix that. And here's hoping she still has time to fix that and find somebody and have the life that she wants. But ladies, she's giving y'all a bit of a cheat code, because eventually the time allotted for recovery starts to run out. Yeah, I don't think her time is out. Like, Ari Lennox still looks amazing. I'm sure she can still find a man that she wants. But as we age, ladies, these lessons start to hit a little harder. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that's what happens. But take a look at the comments. Energies, vibes, feelings, never logic. To energy, straight buzzwords. Energies, instead of men or specific behaviors, more she reveals, the more toxic she'll sound. Cowardly communication. Men are watching. I want you ladies to understand that. This is why. Look what these men are saying. Energy. These are men. Vibes, feelings, never logic. SMH, 342 hearts. You ladies understand what's happening. So many men, millions, are coming to the same conclusion. This is why I came to the conclusion 11 years ago. I was a little bit ahead of schedule. But yeah, I got to say this. And I got to give some information, because the reason why I was able to come to that decision is because about 15 years ago, I started working online, and it was the best decision I ever made. I put in my notice for the job I was working at. I was actually working for the owner of the Knicks' father, Jim Dolan. His father owned Cablevision. I remember selling triple plays. Guys, I'm telling you, no lies. Look it up. The owner of Cablevision owned the Knicks, his son. And I used to see his father to come in the toilet and wash the sinks. But long story short, what I'm talking about is I stopped working, left, and started working online. What I started doing, I would say like around 2015, I started this. I started hiring people to work for me, where you hire them for a couple of dollars and you turn around and make thousands. And I show guys within 10 minutes of the conversation how to make thousands, how to make hundreds of thousands a year. No exaggeration. I know people right now that are doing things like this and making like 3 million in 3 years, literally. And they have a big organization because they built it. I show guys how to build the structure, the same structure they use on you in the US. You're doing that just overseas. It's serious money. Definitely reach out to me, book that consultation. The great thing about what I teach it for only $100. You have guys and girls, mostly girls, that's dead now because they can't get student loans, that are taking out loans, going to college, and getting out and can't even find a job. I even show guys why that's the case. I have people trying to hire me right now and pay me hundreds of thousands a year. And I can show, no exaggeration. Definitely reach out to me. It's worth it. If you want to make extra money or if you want to quit what you're doing now and live overseas, I've been doing it, been successful for years. I'm still here, right? When everything was getting formed, I was here. Reach out to me. Link in the description.
So the married woman who got on stage was getting a lap dance or rode or whatever the hell was going on at the Chris Brown concert. Gotta be the queen of gaslight. The lack of accountability is crazy. This harlot right here deserves what she got coming, and I hope it's divorce. I saw the look on that man's face. It's like he was stabbed directly in his heart. All people care about is, oh, it was Chris Brown. I wouldn't give a if it was Jesus Christ himself. Nobody cares about that man. I probably would have left that concert right then and there. As soon as she hopped her little happy ass on stage, this relationship is over with. To see the woman that you took vows with under God have a big old smooch fest with some celebrity just because it was Chris Brown, it's supposed to be okay because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I wouldn't give a So she says,
It was just a friendly kiss. I didn't cheat. I just got carried away.
nigga, what? Carried away. Carried away could be like twerking on a man or something. Oh, I was just having fun with my girls and we was just dancing and he came up and danced with me and we just started dancing together. That might be carried away and some dudes still ain't putting up with that. But still, for one, how does Chris Brown know you didn't have something going on in your mouth that could have latched onto something in his mouth and he could have never got rid of that? Or vice versa. All the women that Chris Brown get, all the coochie thrown his way, how do you know he couldn't have kissed you and left something on your lip or your tongue or the inside of your gum? But to say you just got carried away, like it's no big deal, I just got carried away. This is how wars get started, man. I'm a paraphrase. When women get horny, men pass away. In so many other words, that's what he said. It's just sad to see, bro. Nobody cares about men and a man's feelings, bro. I got carried away. You about to get carried away messing with me. Carried by 6. Somebody got to go. But that's why we control our emotion. Because if you don't, you're liable to crash out. And it just makes me think, I wonder how many other times she has gaslit her man. And she probably used those beautiful little angel eyes and those soft lips to smooth things on over to where she can continue to be with that man and continue to gaslight him. Because that's exactly what this is. Gaslighting. This for you, my queen. Gaslighting. And hey, brother, if you ever see this video, man, I'm praying for you, homie. I'm praying that God has mercy on your soul, brother. I'm hurting for you, cuz. But you can't allow this to keep going on, man. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how wet she gets. I don't care how she be throwing that thing. Don't allow yourself to be getting disrespected like this, homie.
Yeah. And it's so funny because if he would have stayed with her, she would have continued to doing it. She would have stayed in that environment with him, and then she probably was cheating. You can't guess that. I was once with females like this before, who are fine as ever, creeping. You don't think they are, but they are. You have to take everything seriously. And what he said about going out, ain't no going out. She going out all right, getting clapped and inside all outside. Some of these ladies are foul. That's why men are like that. Then they try to, I want to go on and trip my girls. Could you imagine? Girls say this stuff. I need to be free. I need to go out sometimes. I gotta go out to the club. He even said it. He kind of allows that. Oh yeah, you go outside, you drunk with your friend. No. No getting carried away. It's crazy like that. You can't even allow that. If someone wants to be all outside all the time in guys' faces, deuces. You got to be that strict.
From a man that has never made you his girlfriend. I'm going to say that one more time. You guys are expecting too much from a man that has never made you his girlfriend. And I say that because a lot of you guys are baby mamas and you've never been girlfriends. And I think that's something that we should talk about, because you act like these are just deadbeat people who don't want to be around you, don't want to have commitment, but they never committed to you in the first place. So what do you expect? You should have never opened your legs. Do we not understand that? And black women have been calling black men ain't niggas for years. Years and years and years. Y'all been talking about black men. It's time to look in the mirror and hold some accountability yourselves. Is that a problem? Is that problematic for us to say, hey, maybe it's time to look in the mirror and see the demons that are within you? And the fact of the matter is, you don't know what men supposed to behave like because you don't have men in your lives. You don't have fathers, and that is problematic. And it is your mother that did that to you, not black men. And I know you guys don't want to hear the truth, but the truth will set you free. You have to do better. You have to make better decisions, better choices, and you have to actually have standards for yourself in your relationships if you want to see success within them. That's just me telling you because I love you.
And you know, to hear that and go, no, they're just hating on us. And what makes it worse for me is the guys that get on the internet and back this stuff. Usually they give a short video. Oh yeah, black men say this about black women, then it's over, and then 10,000 comments. Yeah, that's right. We have to stop this. It's not going to stop in 2026. You know, with the way the world is going, it's not going to stop until Jesus comes back. That's the issues we're facing right now.
I have no one that got away, and neither do none of my homegirls. In fact, I talk to a lot of women. Like, I probably talk to dozens of women about their relationship experience and things like that. And in my entire 23 years of living, I've only heard of one woman who had a relationship with a good guy.
Doesn't it sound like she's the problem? She's 23 years old. She still doesn't see the errors in her ways. She's kind of like the girl that to go to the Chris Brown concert and think that's okay. She could be the girl that'll still go out to the club and think that's okay. Just like the other girl that was older, who doesn't realize you got to work with a man and then expose herself. She thinks that's okay.
Who she feels like she should have did the right thing in. And it wasn't even a situation where she cheated or anything like that. She literally just wasn't interested, and like they just weren't on the same page, so they ended up going separate ways. But he was like textbook good guy. But other than that, I don't know of any woman that be like, oh yeah, you know, I had this great guy and I just fumbled him, I just did him dirty and this, that, and the third. Like I've never heard that in my entire life. So I find it so interesting how so many men have this story about like, oh yeah, the one that got away and I did this one dirty and I should have treated her right when I had her. Like, I just want to know, like, what's the science behind women not really having that experience of the one that got away, but men, it's like a universal experience for them. Like, all of them have someone that they could have had a good relationship with, but they just didn't treat them right at the time, and now they're gone, and now they're like spending the rest of their life missing them and treating every other girl bad because they're not that person.
You know what you're saying a lot of? And ladies, it's why that you don't understand that. A lot of the men that are talking on the internet are usually men that are used to being popular. The confidence that you have to have. Some men build it. Some men work on themselves to build it. But it takes confidence. So the men that are saying that are the men that you females want, and you don't see it. It's wild. Like I said, guys, it's not going to get better until the return. Let's continue.
Been married for 7 years to a good man, and she's still unhappy. Prove exactly why a lot of men say you can never please a woman.
Couldn't agree more.
A man can be faithful, provide stability, give you a nice house, the car, the family, and the damn dog. You still wake up one day and say, no, I'm just not happy anymore. See, most women start losing interest at around year 2 or 3. This is when the honeymoon phase is ending. After that, that's when the dopamine, serotonin, and the oxytocin levels start to decline. That's when women start noticing flaws that they once ignored. The men who once seemed exciting and charming, now I feel like he's predictable and boring. You start comparing your relationship to what you see on TV, social media, what you see around you. Comparing your relationship to the Sierras and Russell Wilsons of our time. And by year 5, the discontent gets stronger. You start unnecessary arguments. You get annoyed by the little things he does. And then, by year 7, you tiptoeing around divorce. And then you end up on social media crying to strangers about unhappy you are, even though you got a good man and you live in a fairy tale life. All because you no longer feel the butterflies. It's just not exciting as it was before. And now you in the true stage of a relationship, the one that really matters, where you must now prove to him why his decision to court you, wine and dine you, cherish you, and get on bended knee to marry your ungrateful ass wasn't a waste of his damn time.
You know what? You look at her, right? And you see her surroundings and you see what she did. She got with the man. And it's the same thing I'm planning with my wife that wanted some land, right? A man with a plan. And what did she do? Like the other lady said in the first video, right? She didn't understand. She should have worked with him, which is what she did, which is what I found. Men are finding their way by any means necessary. We're not taking anything less. Men have standards. Ladies are understanding why. She understands why. A lot of ladies, these ladies in the video understand why. But I think more females need to understand, because they'll see a title like this and go, oh, this is just another bashing. Instead of looking at it, another bashing. If you look at the bashing though, right? It's deep. If you look at the bashing, you'll go, wait a minute. This is help. It truly is. Because even all my programs, I always invite modern women. I even help modern women. If a modern woman contacted me right now, said, oh, I want to do something to make some money, I'm going to help them. Because I know what I do works. And they're going to make some money. All men are trying to do is help. Understand it when you see it. Don't take everything as a bashing. Take it as correction.
I'm not listening.
Because that's what she's doing. And that's the same thing I'm doing.
Are sleeping with 5 different men,
That's
4 different
crazy.
men. Doesn't matter, crazy. It's happening every single day. If right now that is your reality, I promise you, right now you're not going to run into the man that just can't wait to wife you. That's not realistic. It's not even almost realistic. You won't even know how to act when a good man comes onto your radar because you move and shake like a Jezebel. And as long as you're doing that, you will attract the men that treat you as such. And you will sabotage any man that actually treats you like a wife because you don't know the treatment. It's like Brock said, he's like women that have never had doors open for them. They don't know to move over, get out of the way. You step to the left. You literally step to the left when you walk up to it. You stop walking and you step to the left. So that man can open the door with his right hand and you then walk out. If you've never had that experience, then you would hear the thing of, yeah, a man's supposed to open my door and you'll just stop in front of the door. Awkward. No one ever told them if you sleep with a bunch of men, you are damaging the odds of having a good man in the future. Now, maybe if it was 10 plus years ago, there's a chance.
Yeah, there is a chance 10 plus years ago because men didn't know the signs. Nowadays, men know the signs because I'm telling you, me, before I was dating, I could see all the signs. And yeah, I participated in the nonsense, but I always saw the signs because I participated in the nonsense. I saw it. Doomed, I tell you, doomed.
Let's get into this one. A woman goes viral for apologizing to her man for inappropriate behavior with another male in the club. Many are impressed by her level of accountability. So let's look at this apology real quick. Alexa says, I want to publicly apologize to my man for being a complete embarrassment. I had no business in the club kissing bald head and grabbing his D and letting him grab my P. If I can publicly embarrass him, I want to publicly apologize because it was dead wrong to be known as his lady and carry myself like that. And then she proceeded to tag him. Chris Tungati. Now, maybe if she was saying I was dancing on a dude, but to let all of that happen, she was grabbing his D, he was grabbing the P, she was kissing on him. I don't even have words. I really don't even have words. Like, what's your opinions? If you was him, would you take her back? I don't even want to ask if you were her. Like, I hope none of y'all is like, I hope none of y'all is like that. But if you was him, let me know. If you was her man, would you take your girl back? Would you give her props for this public apology? Or what's up? Put your opinions down in the comments. I can't wait to read these.
No, I don't blame her. I blame him. He should have saw signs she was an airhead. And also, this is what I gotta say, because from how it sounds, I don't know him, but he's coming across like a pookie himself. What do I mean? Why would you choose this as your girl? Why? This is gonna be the next video I make. Actually, it's gonna be the first video. So if you guys are seeing this is probably the last. I just made a video about men don't like loud and ghetto women. This is why. This is Meg Thee Stallion. And it's so sad that so many females of this and darker are saying why men are hating on Meg Thee Stallion. Until he returns.
Baby, operator, get my baby on the line. Just the other night, we had a horrible fight. I admit that I was out of control, but I still love my man with my body and soul.
It's funny. She sounded like a song back in the day, but you know, ladies say, I wish men were how they were back in the day. And then ladies aren't this anymore. But I grew up to this. When this music was happening, I was of age. I was about 16. And no, I was young actually. When this was going on, I was young. I was probably like around 11, 10, 12. But things aren't going back to the way they used to be. Females aren't going back to the way they used to be. I gotta get close to the screen. So what do you expect men to do? This is what I saw. I saw this 12, 13 years ago. And I said, I need to put myself in a position to never come back. You understand? To never come back. And I started planning. Wasn't to be a passport, bro. To go back, date, and then come back. It was to never come back. To be in a position like I am now and have 2 homes for $350 a month. Give me another year, I'm going to have the money for my farm. Be planting, growing what I want to grow. That's what I was talking about. But the cows and the dogs and stuff, she made a decision. Right now, that's the way. That's why this is the way. Everything I say is a movement. And I said to you guys, definitely make sure you stand on morals and principles and be strategic. Move strategically because we don't got much time left. And the things going on with how you see them, that's why I make the videos I make, to throw out the life raft. So more men jump on that life raft and make the right decision because it's hard out there. And I got to say this. I didn't move out here just for relationships. I moved out here for lifestyle. And the more men see that, the more they'll understand you don't go somewhere for the females. You go somewhere for the opportunity. Guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. Also, for you guys that want to book a consultation with me, which is well worth it, link in the description. Other than that, peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.